Hi, and welcome back to My Gaming Addiction. It's March right now, and I think it's time for another overview of different roof exploits that I know of. Back in November, I did an overview which got a lot of views, and since then there's been some innovations to share. So let's start over here, just for people who are new to roof bunkers. Here's your most basic roof bunker right here. So essentially, you've got some medium height foundations, some roof pieces, and just a wall that can be opened up. So you can put your TC in here, you can access some boxes, especially if you open it up on both sides, you can access a small box over here. Limitations of this, you can't get inside. Also, it's vulnerable to splash damage with explosive ammo right through this crack right here. You can fix that on the back side, but on the front, I don't know of a fix for that. You can use this basic idea and do a bunch of roof bunkers around a hexagon. So we got our 6 pieces here that makes a hexagon, and then going out we have all of these different roof bunkers. You can fit in lots of boxes in here, but you can't enter. So I took that idea and I thought about how to improve on it. Now, one thing I love about this type of roof bunker is you can build it anywhere. Over here, I did a bunch of different builds which are basically roof bunkers that require a ultra high foundation, and you can see how seamless this is. This roof piece here is attached on the foundation on the first height, and then this one up here on the third height covers it, and you can get in and out really easily. It allows you to actually get into the roof bunker, which was exciting when I first discovered this, and you can also get back out. So that criteria alone, in and out, made this a really important build that I used in lots of different spaces. However, I grew frustrated with the fact that you couldn't just build anywhere you want. You'd have to build somewhere really flat, like in a shallow beach area or a dry lake like this kind of thing. So yeah. I moved on and I started doing stuff like this. So let's take a look at this build right here. Right here you can see the essential idea is that you have a square up front for the roof bunker to open up. And then right here you have this medium height triangle foundation. You could do it with a square foundation too, but with the triangle foundations, the gaps were pretty good in terms of right here. And you can see the ceiling required sort of a skirt of nachos like this with roof pieces on top. And then there's also this ugly gap right in the front here. So I thought this was a fun idea in terms of having your large furnaces protected, or just for a quick little little base. And then you can see how it evolved. Right here, instead of having one roof bunker entrance, I had 6 possible entrances or exits. So once you came in, you could then look around and you have another 6 different options here. In other words, 6 total options, 1 entrance, 5 bedrooms. And above each of these, I discovered that there was some new possibilities here as well. So just like the first one with the skirt of nachos, this also requires a skirt of nachos, just like this, which provides a little bit of a gap. And let's just talk about these bedrooms here. You can see there's a lot of space, and let's take a look at what the second floor of the bedroom would look like. Right here, we had some space right here that could be accessed either with a ladder or by doing this and coming up. Okay, and then you can see over here there's this secret area right here, which when I played this on a live server, it never got rated. So on the second floor of this bedroom, right, you can put all of your beds to spawn in, but as a secret loot room down here, we could just secretly open this up right here. I say here a lot, forgive me. And over here, there we go, we had my TC. And I liked this build, but it was pretty expensive, and it was confusing for clanmates who were new to roof bunkers. So you can see that this is just a simple version of it, where we only have one of the bedrooms. Essentially, it's 12 bedrooms because each of the 6 has the secret loot room. So exciting, interesting idea, but not that practical for me. So I moved on and I moved away from triangles on the medium height, and I looked at, I just loved the hexagon builds. I like the symmetry of it. So I started to think about square foundations. What role could they play? And I looked at a medium height foundation, and I realized that I can actually visually block off what people can see in here pretty easily with just 2 roof pieces and a medium height foundation like that. Also, I noticed that if this is armored, that you can place ceilings that basically overlap it right here. Furthermore, I realized that if you have a square in the front and then 2 triangles, you can come back with your triangles actually right here. We don't even need this. And you can just do triangles like that. Now, what's good about that is that it actually gives this more stability, and it opened up to some other possibilities with what to do right here, which you can see in one of my videos that I posted earlier this week in March, which is called the Valentine, where I use a vertical roof bunker technique that I came up with. I can do a quick little overview of that right now, but you can just watch the video. So basically it's like this, and we have a square above a square, and then just temporarily do a half wall here. And this gap could be closed up so people couldn't get up or down. And then you can use Everheard's discovery of making the roof model skinny instead of fat and allowing people to climb right up. So this really got me excited for the last month and a half, since about February, around Valentine's Day. That's why I called it the Valentine. Here's the inner core of the Valentine, and you can see on the inside you could separate these into different square loot rooms or have it open more. And right here there's different options in terms of putting in an extra wall right here. So right here there's a lot of flexibility in terms of the second floor. One of the major reasons I was moving away from this stuff was just how complex the second floor placement was. I mean, it's insane. Take a look at, this skirt of nachos, right? You get in here and then you have all these roof pieces. It's really clunky and chunky. It's expensive. So I was pleased, when I realized that the second floor up here not only was easy to build on, but also it allowed for some interesting combinations of different roof exploits. So I actually was able to combine the Everheard roof exploit, where I have the L-shaped stairs, and then I actually could just go like this, and I could have another roof exploit right on the top to get into this upstairs bedroom here. So I was feeling pretty inspired by that. But another time that I was experimenting with this, I realized I could do 6-sided bedrooms, and the ceiling here is just incredibly flat. There's no bulky extra pieces here, right? So it allows for you to plan out a second floor that's usable, not just filled up with mess. So all of these can be closed up neatly. There's nothing extra that you need to put on top to close up any gaps. And right here we have made I'll just show you how this can be closed up here. If you take a look over here, and if we downgrade, so one roof piece just like that, right? Closes it all up nicely. And everything can be whatever tier you want, but the sky needs to be armored in order for the ceilings to place above it. But it allowed for a really nice clean separation of the 6 different roof bunkers. So I know with other builds like this one, people complained that you could just open up with one set of rockets. Here, I'll just show you right here. We'll go high here. We'll go low. Goodness. Right. So if we have 2 of these, right. So people complained that you could just open these up as a twofer. Now, actually, if you look, that didn't totally open up both, but yeah, you can see how economical the rate is. So we've almost opened up 2 there, thanks to this middle foundation here. It made it a little more expensive, but even just one more, and one more. All right, but you can see these roof bunkers are not separated enough, right? So I thought about that, and I came up with some solutions in my various spaces. So for this one, I had a low wall and a half wall to separate the splash damage. And over here, I did a full wall. So this full wall is placed using a roof exploit, but it allows for whatever raid's going on here is not going to affect what happens over here. If they break through this guy, right? If they break through into this other loot room, let me just wait for the gibbs to go away. If they break in, then they're still not in over here. So I liked that feature, and I thought that it was, flexible for a small base or for a large clan base. Still haven't used it on a live server yet because, well, I don't know. It is so massive. It's huge. So let's take a look over here. I've been really inspired by a video that I watched over a year ago by Viceless Games, or Vice Versa Games, as he goes by now. His friend Everheard came up with this technique, which I call the Everheard Roof exploit, which allows you to get in and out past L-shaped stairs. You've seen it in the Valentine video, and I mentioned it previously in this one. So I posted a video recently that said, why is this not more popular? And someone said, because it can be exploited. If you have a friend jump on your head, if you have a raider and the raider has a friend jump on their head, they can squeeze through here. So then I did a response video saying, okay, well, what if instead of entering from above, right? What if raiders are forced to enter from below? Then they actually cannot jump. They can't jump to squeeze anyone through because there's no room to jump here, right? Also, you can place shotgun traps right here, and you can even place like a twig wall, right, to surprise people. So when they come through, they're just destroyed right here. So I'm excited by the Everheard exploit, and I want to keep using it. Here's one simple footprint right here. You can see that they would get in somehow, or you get in from the roof maybe, and then you're just going to do this to get into this area, hop up here, and then you can have a second floor, and you can divide up your base, divide up your loot by 6, and you can see how compact it is, just even for a solo base. Like it's really cheap to build this, especially if you're just looking for like a quick little 2x2. You can honeycomb this as well, right? And yeah, Everheard Roof exploit. I think everyone should be trying to use that a little more. And then literally 2 nights ago, I was building in a cave, which I haven't done for a while because most of my roof exploits don't really fit into caves, but I found out a way that I could work in a cave with a new system. So a new system right here. Right here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers on the second floor. And on the first floor we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you can do a 5th layer right here. It just can go on and on forever. And look at how clean the second floor is in terms of honeycombing. Like there's no clunkiness in terms of, oh, I can't build here. Like if I actually destroy this, you'll see how easy it is for me to repair what's going on up here, right? Like look at all the blue I have. Blue, 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 everywhere. I mean, it's awesome, except for right here, which there's no benefit to that anyway, because they're not trying to go this way, they're trying to go that way, right? And I'm just going to ask my daughter a second time to bring the dog out of the room, maybe play in the hall. That would be awesome. Thanks. Struggles. So I'd like to give a tutorial on this. I'll do that in a separate video. And then we also have the multi-TC roof exploits, where you have, you do the multi-TC sort of building out and then coming back. And I think this is a cool idea. However, I don't really use it because I'm interested in my other designs. One downside here are the gaps, which you can just close up with, for example, you could do wall frames, but the wall frames would have to be adjacent like this. Especially if they're stone, they really do block some view. And yeah. I don't personally use a lot of multi-TC roof exploits. What I mean by that is sometimes I'll use multi-TCs, but I don't rely on them so much for this. I know other people do, and that's awesome. For them, that's great. They should continue to post videos. Just wanted to mention as well. Plus, I've been watching Bud Satani's videos, and I know that I think Evil Worst did a review, and there's another guy called Nova. Pardon me, I can't remember the full name of his channel, but I was watching them and trying to figure out how to do, the freehand placement. I know Vice, this isn't how you do it, but it's like placing stuff that's close, and I can't do it ever. This is obviously not the way to do it, but it relies a lot on using the compass, so looking up at the compass there, and I think that's awesome. It's cool. I'm more interested in this, and maybe I'll learn that another time. But yeah, that's an overview right there. Hi everybody. Just as a courtesy for those who have watched until this point, feel free to come back next time. I'm going to continue talking about a couple different tips, so feel free to stick around as well. All right, thanks. So in my videos, you're probably going to be seeing this one more recently, and maybe I could do a full build of this if it's requested. And the Everheard one, definitely I'll be using that more often. And this guy, it's an interesting idea, and look out for my tutorial on that. I'll do a separate video for that. It's really easy to build, and it's ugly. So, consider how you could incorporate putting many layers to enter into a base. It can be used in a cave. It is possible because it doesn't rely at all on the ultra high foundation with a triangle, right? So most of my builds in the past were based on this, where you would come down 3 layers, and almost none of my ideas lately rely on that at all. Actually, none of my ideas do. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this overview, and if I missed an idea, let me know. Oh, there's also the shop front exploit as well. We'll just do that one really quick. In fact, I'll show you how to use it to protect an entrance right here. So let's just get rid of this right here. So I think it's Crimstick came up with this exploit, or found it, and I heard about it through Viceless games like a year ago. So basically, if you have let's totally open this up. So see this gap right here? We're going to put a wall frame right there. And now we're going to put a shop front in there, and then watch this. This roof piece does something magical. So we're going to look at the wall frame. That shop front is now floating. It's literally floating. And the socket that this wall and this wall frame used to touch are not connected anymore. So even though that's covered, that's 6 rockets to get through up here. 6 compared to 8 over here. So this is great. And it's not just the roof that does it. If you look at Crimstick's videos, you can see that there's a bunch of different ways to make a shop front float. I'll just do a quick little summary right here. So other ways would be using U-shaped stairs, where the top part is touching here. So you can see, okay, that's floating. And then L-shaped stairs as well. Just have the top part touching. There we go. And the one I already showed you, which is the roof. So wall frame, shop front, roof. There we go. And then these guys are not needed anymore because the middle roof pieces are supporting the shop front. So that's 6 rockets, and then 8, and then 6 right there. So that's kind of cool. Excuse me. Yeah. So shop front exploits are still a thing, and yeah, there's just a lot of cool options here. And I know everyone's really excited about the freehand placement stuff. I can't do it. So for people who are like me, there's still hope. And of course, there's the whole stability bunker situation, which it's not going to go away, of course, but yeah, I think that's cool too. I just feel like bad for people spending materials and then just losing them, right? Like every time you want to exit, you're having to spend materials. Like if this is all armored, which seems to be what people are doing, even when they're on a what's it called, vanilla server. I understand there's ways to block this, and then there's maybe like some danger with splash damage that is now being buffed or patched. So that's cool that that's not happening. I understand there's other ways, maybe with fire arrows or something. I don't know. I think that's, it's cool, but I don't want to spend my time picking out a soft side wood and then like spending more to get in and out of my base. I play on modded servers where you can just teleport back into your base, drop off your materials, and then go and raid. So my criteria for roof exploits are basically, can you get in all the way? If you can get in all the way, I'm happy. Although this one right here, you cannot get back out. So here's a quick little tip on that. If you have clanmates that close you in, that's not going to be good. You'd have to suicide and then come and open it up to get your body. But here's another option right here. So let's just close this all up here. So if you're all set up like this, let's just make everything armored for a second. You can actually close this with a piece right down here. So now that piece is closed, now it's open, closed, etc. And you can even place it up here. Now the problem with placing it up there is people can see it. So if this thing right here is wood, let's say, so it's more durable and you don't get closed accidentally. If that is the case, someone could literally just destroy this, and now they're in as a raider. So one-way entry for roof exploit bunkers are an issue. That's why this was cool, the fact that I could get in and out with this one, but I relied on the ultra-high one. I think my favorite exploit, even going beyond shop fronts, my favorite one is the Everheard one. It's just so clean. You can get in and out over and over again, and I came up with a way to make it really fast to get out here. A lot of people were doing stuff like this, where, in order to get in, okay, go away Gibbs. No more Gibbs, please. This was a slower entry, just like that, and then to get out, you'd have to, sorry, and then to get back out, you'd have to come up these stairs and go like that, and then you have to destroy this just to get out. But the way that I had it at the start of this video, right, whatever, was that you could, well, that's why, was that you could just run in and out with it open most of the time until there's a raid. So yeah, my favorite one right now is the Everheard Roof Exploit, which I use as the second floor entry for my, the Valentine design here. And down in the basement, we've got the vertical roof exploit, which I think is interesting, but a little bit convoluted. So yeah, thanks for watching, and see you next time. Stay tuned for my video showing the tutorial for how to build this ugly 5-layer roof exploit right here. All right, take care. Bye-bye.